Guys, Trevor with Shadow Systems, Technical Tuesday. We're out at the range. I had a conversation recently about shooting steel. And I said, I love shooting steel, but there is kind of some risk in developing bad technique when you're shooting steel. So here's what I mean. Shooting steel is great because you get instantaneous target feedback. It's fun, it makes noise, and so forth. The downside is, though, as an iron sight shooter, it's easy to start to watch the target instead of staying on the sights and watching the sights, which is what you really have to do to be guaranteed of getting your hits. So that then opened a whole nother stream of conversation around, well, do you really need your sights, and how far away is the average gunfight, and so on and so forth. Well, Lucky Gunner did some great research recently. They looked at a very limited data set and they said, you know what, turns out most gunfights do actually appear to be like 7 yards and under, right? Maybe even closer. However, there are those shots that are farther away, so you kind of need to be prepared for those both of those. What does that mean then for using your sights? Here's the way I look at it. There's kind of like a magic distance for me where all of a sudden, if I don't switch over to really using my sights, I'm going to be missing a lot. And it's like very, very much like a line that happens somewhere between like 10 and 15 yards, okay? We're going to experiment a little bit with that line, and we're going to talk a little bit about technique when you're shooting steel, and we're going to shoot some steel. So I have a barrel here at 11 yards. 11 yards is kind of regarded as the minimum safe distance in some areas for shooting steel. It's the USPSA standard, actually, for targets, is 11 yards. At 11 yards, you're pretty much guaranteed you're not going to get hit with splatter, although it does happen sometimes. If you're closer than that, you might be on the edge. 11 yards is also, for me, about the magic distance where I can still kind of shoot on instinct and not use the sights, look through the sights at the target, and get good hits. But if I go too much farther back, as you'll see in a minute, that drops off significantly. So I'm going to shoot these targets here at 11 yards, and I'm going to shoot it one time with good front sight discipline. And it's going to probably be a little slower, but I'm going to get all my hits. That's the way it usually goes. I'm then going to shoot it again like 100% on instinct. I bet you I'll still get most of my hits, and it's going to be a lot faster. But if I do that back there, it's going to probably be a different story. Okay, so let's do that. Let's shoot this array, 2 on each silhouette, 1 on each plate at 11 yards, on the sights. Good front sight discipline. Okay, here we go. And listen for how long it takes. I'm going to try to go fast, but my sights are going to tell me how fast I can go. All right, good front sight focus. Here we go. All right. So they were all there, right? Reasonable pace, not super fast. I feel like I could have shot it a lot faster, honestly. But that was about, being limited by those sights, watching those sights. All right, I'm going to shoot it again now on instinct. It's going to probably be faster, and what we're going to really want to see is, am I still getting my hit? So I'm going to look through the sights and just go bananas. Here we go. Ready? All right, so I missed my last one twice. I tried to pick it up and I missed it. But you see, that was quite a bit faster, and I was able to get away with not looking at my sights. I looked at the target. I kind of want to shoot it one more time just because that was fun. So let's do it again. All on instinct, as fast as we can go, not looking at the sights, just looking at the target. Here we go. Yeah, a couple more pickups in there, all right? But still, everybody got a hit, right? So it is definitely faster. I'm going to shoot it maybe one more time. I'll watch the sights, and I'll see if I can approach that kind of speed. I doubt that I can, and here. We'll do a reload. Fresh mag. All right, all on the sights now. Couple pickups even when I was on the sights, so it's mostly me. All right, but you guys can see, generally speaking, that's about the same between the two. It really wasn't that much worse using, a flash sight picture and looking through the sights. We mostly got our hits both times, right? Okay, now I'm going to safely reholster, and we're going to move back to 17 yards. And so this, for me, is about the distance where if I try to operate on instinct, I'm screwed. And so I really know now, okay, at this distance with these targets, I got to watch my sights. All right, so let's shoot it again. And I'm going to be on the sights like I did the first time. And I'm going to let the sights tell me what to do. Here we go. All right, so I had to come back and pick up a shot. You guys heard me. I missed that second shot, so I had to come back and pick it up. I want to shoot that again. Let's see, what is that, 6 targets, 5 targets? Yeah, I'm going to shoot it again, same mag, here we go, on the sights the whole time. Okay, better. That's probably about the best I can do watching the sights. All right, now let's shoot it based on instinct. All right, I'm not going to use the sights. I'm going to look through them, and I'm just going to watch the target. Here we go. I mean, I got my hits, but there was a lot more misses, right? We'll do it one more time based on instinct. Here we go. All right, that one was pretty terrible. And that's what you would expect. If I go back to watching the sights, now all of a sudden I get my hits again. So my point is that yes, there are places where you have to watch the sights, and there are places where you don't, and you have to figure out where that line is for you. For me, anything past 15 yards, it is not a sure thing that I'm going to get the hit unless I see that front sight focus. Okay. Last comment is, if you're a red dot shooter, I get it. You can look at the target the whole time. That's one of the advantages of red dot shooting. In fact, for iron sight shooters who are transitioning to red dots, they struggle to look through the sight and just superimpose the dot and only focus on the target. But that's what you have to do if you want to be successful and fast with the red dot. This is a discussion about iron sights, which really is where everybody should start, in my opinion. All right? So that's all we have for this week. We'll see you next time.